Hey, welcome back to Siblingism. It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead and all. But now we're here together again.
What?
And we're gonna podcast for you monster. No, okay. We're back. We're sorry about the long wait. It's been a unprecedentedly nightmarish to get everyone's schedules to line up.
Yeah,
That's a bit extreme.
I assure you, I've been working hard to try to get this to work. We don't want to let it die.
Jacob is the glue.
How are you guys?
Working
Wait,
hard
I
or
am.
hardly working?
Grace, please. Please. Don't even.
Don't even.
I say don't even, boy. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna try to take a more structured approach to this whole podcast thing. So we're gonna do this episode in segments, and we're gonna see how that is received and whether or not you find folks at home like it. So for the first segment, we're calling it "What's New, Pussycat?" And basically, we're just gonna kind of break down how we've been, what we've been up to, and any recent media we've been consuming, things like that. So, Grace, why don't you go ahead and go first?
Wow. Why do I have to go first?
you are the chosen one.
I wanted to stop talking. I didn't want it to be me. I guess Connor or Hallie can do it. It doesn't matter to me. I just figured I'd offer you the floor.
Something new. Honestly, I don't remember the last time we did this, so I don't remember what's new and what's old. But
I believe it would have been February.
Oh, okay. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Well, the finale of Severance, we talked
I was
about...
gonna say
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna talk about that.
We're gonna have to talk about that.
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure.
Undoubtedly.
Let me confirm when the last
show.
episode was uploaded.
Yeah, because it's ended
All right,
since we
somebody
Keep
else
talking,
go.
Grace. How are you, Grace? What's going on, man? Come on.
Nothing much, man. Just living life. Being a slave to society.
I feel that. Yeah, February 14th, Valentine's Day. That was when our last episode was uploaded.
Aw.
Wow.
How
So it's
cute.
been a while.
Yeah. Little
It's
Valentine.
been a while. But we're finally back performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. All right. Well, if you have nothing more to say, Connor, why don't you take the floor?
What's new? What's new? I'm constantly making progress on my game that I'm making.
Yep. I've been able to see it and watch it in almost real time.
Yeah.
In the back behind the scenes.
As of recording, last time me and Jake streamed, we sat there for maybe like an hour and a half afterwards, as like I worked on moving platforms for the game.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I fixed the
That
bug
was
that I
real
had
goofy.
last time.
Oh, that's good.
And completed a whole animation. That, thing you did for school.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, my college class that I'm currently in is about time-based media, which is more or less just video. But, well, also GIFs or GIFs or whatever the heck you want to call them. I had to put together a stop-motion video, so I did it using my little Kirby Nendoroid figure.
Oh.
What
So
figure?
it's like fully posable.
Nendoroid, I'm pretty sure that's the brand.
Sorry. It took me a couple of seconds to clarify.
Yeah.
Yes. it's
Dude, that
the
took me
brand.
back. Do you remember how the 3DS has a stop motion functionality?
Dude, I was thinking about that the whole time, wishing that, my phone that I was using to film it, I wish that as I took pictures, it would overlay the last one
Like
slightly
onions.
transparent over it, like the
Oh,
3DS
onion
did.
skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
But what, like you said, the Kirby figure is posable. the body is magnetic and the hands are attached through magnets.
Oh, so you could like make a video in which his arms are chopped off.
Yes, you could if you wanted to. But it's very posable. It has swappable faces. And it is like, I think it was $80, if I remember right.
Oh, dang.
Most worthwhile
Wow,
80
that-
ever.
Oh my gosh. And it
collector's
looked like
item.
a really fancy stand that you were using, that it was connected to. Is that correct?
Yes, it was a 30th anniversary stand. I got the 30th anniversary one.
That's probably why it was so expensive.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
It's
keep
got
that
yeah, I'll
for
bet.
20
bunch of
years
extra
and
touch-ups
sell it
on
on
it.
eBay.
No.
I don't think he would. I don't know if he could sell it.
No. No, thank you.
I'm kidding.
All I'm missing now
It'll
is
be
the
worth
like
$1 million.
$180 Samus one.
But we all know what you're saving
Oh my
for.
goodness.
Which that we haven't discussed that
Yeah, we
yet.
haven't discussed that
Sorry,
yet.
I'm looking at the audio waves on the Audacity, and I'm like
It's
blowing
beeping.
the speakers.
That's fine. That's fine. Just
That's
as long as we don't
hilarious.
get too loud
Okay.
or too quiet, we wanted to pick up our voices, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Jake talked about it on our streams. We can talk about that in a little bit.
Oh, so it's been there,
Yeah,
done
we'll
that.
get to that.
Him and I have talked about it.
Not
we haven't talked about it
completely.
with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, yeah. We get there when we get there. Is in the immortal words of Mr. Incredible. So, Hallie, what's new with you?
I am at what you would call an all-time low. I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
No, that's me, bruh.
No.
Sounded like
Everything's-
we were. That was like a therapist, like.
Like, it was
appointment.
quiet, yeah.
Feel.
It was quiet after that, and I was like, oh, did the joke not hit? Everything's been okay. I'm like trying to think of, I thought of several things before it was my turn, and now it's my turn. I got to interpret a concert, which has been like one of my dream
Oh, that's
jobs
awesome.
to do. Yeah, it was a community concert, so nothing like special, but I mean, nothing like a famous person is what I mean, but it was really,
That's still
awesome.
really cool.
yeah, I had such a fun time with one of my friends. She interpreted it with me, and I really liked it, like doing that together. And I had another thing I'm forgetting, but we saw the Minecraft movie. We really liked that. It's gonna bother me now. I don't think it was Andor. I don't think that's what I wanted to talk about. But it was something along those lines.
I'm going to talk about that a bit.
We're not caught up. Are we caught up?
I think new episodes might have come out on Tuesday.
Really?
Yes, the last 3.
Okay, we haven't seen those ones.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I won't talk about those.
Oh
But,
yeah, and we're rewatching
Let's
Psych.
see here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Psych.
I forgot how
Dude,
good it was.
are you listening to the podcast too?
I want to
Classic.
after. I want to after.
The one with the
No, you're supposed to do it as you rewatch it. It's literally
Oh.
called a Psych Rewatch podcast.
Yeah, I tried to watch it on our latest trip, but I didn't. The airplane mode wasn't, letting me download it. So I'll have to do that next time. The
Mhm.
one with like Maggie Lawson or Larson.
Yeah, it's
The one
hosted
where
by
they talk
Lawson and
about it.
Amundsen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There's a lot of like behind the scenes insights. Yeah, it's pretty good. They're a little heavy on the ads though, if you ask me.
Fair.
Fair.
So that being said, Hallie, if you have, if you're done, I'd like to take the mic back, as it were, and break down what I've been up to.
Sure. Yes. I'll think of it later.
Yeah. You keep thinking about it, and if it pops back into your head, don't hesitate to just chime on in. So, earlier tonight, mere minutes before we hopped on together, I finished watching Andor season 2. It is honestly, Andor has to be easily the best Star Wars media that's come out post Disney buyout, and it's like there's like a duality to it, right? Because it's so good, and it's like a relief to finally have some good quality Star Wars content, but the better it is, the more frustrating the failure of the sequel trilogy is, because at this point they're demonstrating that they're capable of putting out good material. They just kind of refuse to do it when they had like a big movies.
They're also still sticking to insisting that the sequel trilogy is canon.
What did you guys feel about Mandalorian, though?
Oh, I love Mandalorian. S tier.
Yeah.
Didn't watch it.
Just barely
won't
below
lie.
Andor. What, Grace?
Didn't watch it. I won't lie.
You watched
Not
some
even
of it.
for Pedro Pascal.
some.
I'm just kidding.
Dude, yeah, I gotta do it for the Pedro. Love Pedro.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah, I
it's
didn't
so
like.
good.
Well, I like my family just kept watching it without me, and then it was like, all right, well, fine. So I didn't watch it.
Jack
That's
Black
a
is
terrible
in it.
reason not to watch a TV show, but okay.
Oh, really?
This is true.
Just like one
Yes.
episode.
Isn't he also in
And
there
Lizzo.
with
Lizzo,
No.
because he
Don't
has-
like Lizzo.
And
So
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher
Yeah.
Lloyd? That's who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the episode with Lizzo came out like right before she got canceled. So
that's hilarious.
yeah.
Why
Um,
did she get canceled?
But what I was gonna say is, it has something to do with like her being abusive. I think, right?
Yeah, with her dancers, like
Yeah,
on
she
tour.
was like-
right.
Wasn't she fat shaming them or something? I
I
think it was the
I think
particular
it was
assault.
like more than that. I think there was like physical assault.
Oh, that's
Allegedly.
unfortunate. That is
All the
that's
information
rough.
shared on this
That's-
podcast is neither confirmed nor denied.
Yeah, we are not making any formal accusations. But
I
what I
remember.
wanted to also say is that, yeah, Andor, but a lot has happened in my life since the last episode. Not long after we uploaded the February episode, I lost my job. In summation, I was a contractor, a temp, and my contract was terminated under false pretenses, and I was let go for something I did not do.
Yeah.
And I ended up being unemployed for a little over a month, but now I have a new job, and I'm happy there. I don't know if thriving is the right word, but I'm certainly doing well, and making money once again. So
Nice.
yay, I guess we're back in the hashtag back in the saddle. I don't know. Things could be worse,
yeah.
quote unquote, I suppose. But yeah, it's been a tumultuous few months because between having to fight the government for unemployment and the avalanche of denial letters that filled my inbox on a weekly basis, it got a little rough in there, man. Was absolutely trudging. But
But
that's
you
all
have
the past
made
now.
it through, and you're a survivor.
Yes.
That is correct.
survivor.
Survivor. I got to interpret that song, Grace.
I
Nice.
oh
well,
my
my partner
goodness.
did. But
Okay.
if you want to see
Well,
me interpret Africa, I'll send you the link.
Please.
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah, please put that in the chat after we're done here. That would be great. Are you okay with putting that on the channel?
Sure.
Cricket.
No, I was just thinking about it. I was like,
Alright.
is there anything I need to approve of first before I can submit it? But
Oh, that's fair.
that's fine.
Okay. I can even put it behind a paywall if you want. I can make people pay to see it.
That's funny.
Make
Uh,
money.
Yeah. And that wraps up our first segment. So now let's move on to the Severance recap variety hour. where we're going to talk about Severance because we love that show and it's our thing that we're bonding on right now. So we've all seen it through, yes?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
trying to remember what happened.
Mark, what are you doing?
Well,
Why did you turn?
Yeah, I'll
Kill any
So,
Mark.
obvious
Kill
spoiler
any
alert.
Mark.
The way that we've been told
my
this
obvious
whole
homies-
spoiler
time.
alert.
All my homies hate any Mark.
I'll give a quick recap of the last moments of the final episode of season 2. So, Mark and what's his sister?
Gemma.
His sister
Gemma.
and Cobell, Gemma. Yeah,
Gemma's
they
the
they
wife.
convene in a
No,
lodge
Gemma's the
that-
wife, guys.
I thought
No,
you were
wait,
talking
you're right.
about the
It is
end
the wife.
scene. Like, I thought that's what we were talking about.
No.
Final
Just
episode.
okay, maybe a little, but I'm talking about just roll with it.
You're
So,
talking about the cabin.
They go to a lodge owned by Lumen, which allows any Mark and Outie Mark to converse with each other, and they set up a plan to free Gemma from the floor below the Severance floor. And so any Mark goes down there, finds Gemma, kills a man along the way, and earns some street cred with Gwendolyn and Christy for saving the life of a goat.
Oh, yeah.
And he brings Gemma to the emergency exit that we see prominently featured in the very first episode of the show, where Helly tries to leave, and she leaves the door, and as soon as she crosses the threshold, she reverts into Gemma. But Mark closes the door behind her, locking her out, and then chooses to join Helly instead of leaving with her,
Criminal.
against both Gemma and Outie Mark's wishes.
This whole time.
And that's where it ends.
Sorry, I'll let you finish and then I'll say something.
Go ahead.
It's like this whole time they've been trying to tell us that they have autonomy. Like, the innies are people. They're people. They can make their own decisions. But then the second Mark makes his own decision, we're all like, eh! Like, we hate it.
No,
We hate
because-
it.
That was the
Because-
wrong one.
Guys, what is he gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do, bro? They're gonna. What
Just
are you gonna do?
run
Run
hand
back
in
in there,
hand together?
be together
It's-
for 5
it's
minutes,
an
and then you're
issue
gonna get
of-
separated.
I know. I definitely
honestly.
hated seeing it too. But, like, I get why he did the decision. Like, it's you
No,
think
I mean,
you're
it
gonna
was good
die in 5
writing, I guess.
minutes.
It's
Yeah.
an
But
He did it for
Gemma
love.
sobbing and screaming for Mark was, oh my gosh, I was like,
That was
come on,
visceral,
Mark.
man. That was real.
Bro,
issue
that's
of
his
multiple
wife.
character personalities being attached to the same person.
And then it was like, so Severance doesn't go beyond, love can't go beyond Severance, or whatever the whole thing they've been testing this entire time.
Transcends. Or whatever.
Transcend, yeah.
We still don't
something
really
like that,
understand
yeah.
what Cold Harbor is, but I don't know. I guess
Well,
it was
yeah,
going
it was-
to kill her or something.
It was the crib.
Cold Harbor.
It
Yeah,
was
it
to
was-
see if
they
she
were-
felt any emotion, and
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
it was to test
but
her.
They were
Why? You know, like what is the
because they
specific
were
test
trying to
for?
ensure
They're
that they
because
could
they're
have
trying
full
to
control over the
perfect.
Innies.
Yeah, they're trying to perfect basically like a robot person.
They're trying to perfect a mindless worker
Okay.
drone that is completely bent to their will.
Okay, but then that doesn't necessarily explain why doing this would kill her.
They
Oh,
were
wait,
just gonna
no.
kill
Doing
her.
what?
Yeah, they said that if Cold Harbor is completed, then she's dead.
Like,
Yeah, because they
I
were gonna
think-
kill
I
her
think,
upon completion.
Cobell said that, right?
They
Is
did. They
Cobell the
never
one that said that?
necessarily said how.
She said she's already gone. Does that mean they just make her a clean slate?
Potentially.
That's what I thought it meant.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think what Cobell meant is that Gemma, Outie
We'll
Gemma,
see.
as Mark used to
How
know
about
her,
that?
would
We'll
be dead,
see.
would be gone. Yeah, I'd love
I'm
to
just-
know what their plan is, because the way I see it, like, Lumen's either going to come in there and terminate everyone, in order to cover it up, or if they keep them alive, they're definitely going to separate them, or they're going to just abandon ship and let the facility just kind of collapse on itself.
They've been.
Either way,
But it's like, are they gonna let
They're
him
not gonna
out
be there
though?
long,
Because he knows
feel.
like everything that happened.
Something they've been hinting
well,
at.
that's why
throughout-
I'm convinced that they're going to either try to kill them or, like, separate them and try to do something to them to stop that from
Something
happening.
they've been hinting at is that I believe they've mentioned that they have the ability to, like, factory reset in any.
Yeah, they did say that.
Like,
I
they
think-
can completely wipe
Right.
in any's memories.
My theory is they did that to Irving already. Anyway,
Yeah.
continue.
Oh, snap.
There's a chance that could be what happens next. They could just factory reset everyone.
Ugh, I would be so upset.
Yeah, that would be rough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then a lot of the plot would end, so...
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Gemma's out, so...
Yeah,
I just hope she blows the whistle. That's all I want to see, is the whistle actually get blown. Because they talked about doing it at the beginning of season 2, but that never went anywhere.
And same with
It made me sad.
that Ben Stiller's mini book called like the Lexington Letter. It's like in the same universe, obviously. It's just a different department in like a different location's microdata refinery area, and a lady tries to blow the whistle and like it got shut down. And I'm like, I just want, like what you said, I want there to be a little bit more justice here.
We need retribution.
When and Milchick too, I was disappointed that he didn't crash out, because I've been like rooting for him to crash out this whole time. Like,
same.
Like
But
have a change of
I
heart?
think that like
Yeah.
it's gonna be like, I think they're really building his character up, because now he's like
Yeah, I
such a
think he has
favorite.
yet to do that.
I feel like
The
they
way
have
he
more
told Drummond
plan for
off.
him.
Devour feculence.
exactly. And like,
10 out of
and
10.
he gets insulted by the like wax figure. Like, the way that didn't make him crash out, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
so he's not gonna crash out, is he? Like, you
And
think
the-
that would be the tipping point.
The racist gift from the company of the paintings that were... what was the word they used? They were...
Reimagined.
They were,
Reimagined.
no, yeah, but they used, like, you know, typical, like, technical Lumen jargon to...
Yeah,
I'll have to look it up later, but, yeah, they're very racist.
yeah, they gave him a bunch of paintings of the, like, Lumen founders race swapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was race swapped versions of the founder of Lumen, Kieran.
And
But can we just get a shout out to choreography and merriment?
That
Man,
was awesome.
Grace, did you get nostalgic enjoying the marching band?
100%.
Because man, that took me back.
No, yeah, that was awesome. I heard that that is actually the actor who plays Milchick, that was like, because he was in marching band and they used his like colors and like the design of his uniform for
Oh, that's sick.
choreography and merriment. But it was like his high school marching band. They just changed the name.
Oh, that's so good. Right,
that's
yeah.
cool.
That's good. That's beautiful.
I'm surprised that Bert turned out to be good, because I totally thought he was like, I don't know.
Well, he
when Irving
had
came
you know,
over.
like a change of heart.
Mm.
Yeah.
He was bad. I mean, he's both.
And the Jesus
I-
conversation was interesting as well.
I remember just
I don't even
losing
remember
it
that.
when he accidentally shot Drummond, is it?
Yeah,
And
the
then-
In the
bodyguard.
elevator? Goes through the elevator
Yeah.
holding a gun to his neck, then undergoes the transition and accidentally pulls the trigger.
I did see that coming.
That
I was
was
like,
hysterical.
it's gonna trigger, and then it's like, if that were to go to the courts, who would be responsible for pulling the trigger? You know, like the innie, the outie.
Oh, yeah. How would you... Oh, that's a very good question.
That's
I think at that point you would have to hold the company liable.
Oh yeah. Well, at that
Yeah.
point, it's like some illegal activities happening behind closed doors. But I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. I think you could argue that most of the blame, like, if you're going to put it just between Annie and Audi Mark, I think you could put most of it on Audi. Because he put his body in that situation and then dumped it onto Annie Mark.
although no,
or,
no,
or whoever
no, it's Innie that goes
he was
to
when
Audi,
he
right?
did it.
Right?
Outie that goes to innie.
Oh, yeah, I
because-
think you're right. Because
No, because it's Innie, and then he goes into Audi Mark when he reaches the floor Gemma's on.
Yeah,
And
Connor's
then he goes
right.
back to Innie when
Yeah,
he
because-
goes
yeah.
back to like the whatever their floor is called.
Is Audi the one that was fighting with
Yeah,
Drummond?
because when he's
No, Innie was.
Okay. Dang, this
yeah,
show
it
is
was
so
Annie because
complicated.
when he lands on that floor, yeah, when he lands on the floor that he kills Drummond on, it's the same floor that Gemma's on, and he reacts emotionally to seeing her again, and the whole scene of him coaxing her out of the Cold Harbor room, only could work if it was Audi Mark.
It's crazy to me that, like,
So yeah, that checks out.
it worked for Gemma. Gemma trusted a complete stranger covered in blood, you know, and to leave the room and follow him.
Well,
Yeah, that's
I would imagine if you're
wild.
covered...
Would you do that?
If you're covered in blood, that might give a few red flags that something is wrong, not just with the person, and you might not want to stay in the spot you're currently in.
I see what you mean.
If that makes any sense. I think there could be something going on
Would you
elsewhere
follow him?
that's dangerous.
Like, if you only knew your existence of being in the same room over and over again like that, which, was she a new Innie in that room, or was she...
I think they said that, like, each room was a different innie.
I
I'd
think
probably go if, like, you
Yeah.
know, I'd probably leave. I don't know.
Same.
That's...
so. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they didn't go with the, like, I totally thought they were gonna say that Cold Harbor was, like, Mark giving a key or heir to Helly. Like, I totally thought that was gonna happen. I'm glad it didn't, though. We'll see you next season.
Yeah,
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like Helly is gonna be pregnant though.
Yeah, it's like,
That
there
would
was
be
so much
interesting,
emphasis.
Yeah.
Then who's
Yeah. And
responsible?
then, like, her father disowns the child as a half breed or something.
Okay, also it was crazy
I don't
how
know.
he like said that he saw more of Kier and Helly than
Yeah.
Helena.
I agree. I don't think he would disown the
When he
child.
came
if
in
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
Grace
think
is
he
right.
would still be displeased with the child's father being a severed employee, though.
That was
Maybe
so
that's
No,
weird.
because he's making. No, guys, he's literally like breeding babies all the freaking time. Did you not get that?
Yeah.
Like when they took him to the lodge and they like said it's one of James. It's because he's just been doing that with a bunch of women.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, what's
Oh,
with the
yeah,
goats?
yeah.
The goats were kind of like a red herring this whole time. Or like
Just like a
distraction.
sacrifice.
Like, what?
Yeah.
I
Why
think
are
they're
the goats
sacrificing
the
the goats.
sacrifice?
They're offering
What?
them.
What part of killing a goat
Because Lumen is a
required?
cult.
Yeah, I was like, no way.
I think
it's
that's just
that way,
solidifying
and
it.
was.
Like everything we see about Lumen in season 1 implies that they're operate in a very cult-like way. You know,
Yeah.
everyone says praise here, and like
Mhm.
Bibles,
you know, he's held
basically.
in this like holy manner, and then like we see but it's still supposed to be like a company, right? Like a corporation. So the last thing you would probably expect to see is them actually sacrificing goats, but then we actually see that in season 2, which is like the kind of thing you would think that a cult would do, is like weird sacrificial rituals. I think it's humorous that they're making that actually happen within the company.
Yeah.
That's just my interpretation of it, though.
No, I agree. That's
Let me know what you
interesting.
think in the comments below.
Well, like, I forget.
Yeah.
They mentioned
Comment
something
goat
about,
if you made it this far.
comment a goat emoji and give that like button a. I don't know.
Smash that
Smash
like
that
button.
like button. What about the saying
Ring the
like her
notification
personality? Were they putting her personality in a chip and then injecting it into the goat, or am I imagining that?
Because that wasn't a normal
Wait,
gun.
what?
When they went to try and shoot the goat, they put something in it that wasn't a normal bullet. It was like, it looked like it was
Probably
one
like
of those chips.
It was probably like a tranquilizer or something.
Which makes me
I don't
wonder
remember, but
if the personalities of each of the innies come from goats.
There
no,
were
I
some
think
theories.
this is
I
getting
don't
too
know.
deep into the goat.
It's weird. The show is weird, but good. Watch Severance if you haven't.
I have
It's-
like a bajillion TikTok edits of it saved. There's some goat theories that are interesting. Like, there was a theory that the brother-in-law was a goat. He climbs mountains.
No,
he has goats
that
in his
is
house.
not real.
Rickon.
And then he
That
talks
is
like
such a
goat.
ridiculous theory. It was so outlandish.
Unless
The You Are, but it's EU. It's EWE.
the you
wait,
you
The
are.
you
There's
you
more.
are. I know that's sheep and not goats, but close enough.
Yeah, that was a good.
That'd be funny.
Pun.
I guess you could say this TV show is goated.
I do feel like it'd be interesting if Drummond was related to the brother-in-law. What's his name? Rickon, yeah.
Rickon.
Like, he's
Rickon.
definitely involved. Like, when the Lumen people came over to his house, like, that's too close for comfort with their family.
I think
like,
he's just an
He
idiot.
folded so quickly.
Yeah, I think he's in it.
He was like, "Oh yeah, money, sure."
But
He's
Influence.
just, guys, I think he's just stupid comedic relief.
guys, there's
Yeah, I gotta sell my
there's-
book.
the episode in which they approach him and they want him to make a version of the book that's more related to the innies, and then like 2 episodes later they're outdoors and there's the 4th chapter of like the
they're like Bible, whatever.
the Egan like Bibles.
Yeah, the manuals?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I remember being like, I turned to Connor mid-episode and I was like, Rickon wrote this.
yeah,
I
Rickon
bet.
probably wrote that.
That was interesting. This is the world's largest
The one
waterfall.
that they read, the milkshake read.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the world's largest waterfall.
Also, the
Mr.
like weird
Milchick!
clones. The clones with like no faces. That's
Oh,
creepy.
dude.
Mhm.
And
Connor, okay, I have to ask you this. When you saw those, did your mind immediately go to the little ghostly figures in that one level of Super Mario Galaxy 2? Because that is the first thing I thought of.
I thought of them second. I initially was thinking of Slenderman.
Oh yeah, I could see that because the
Yeah, like
Lumen
they're
employees
like
are always so
what
well
like
dressed.
we never get a good look at their face, and they're just standing up there in suits.
Did you guys ever
uncanny.
see
Yeah, I see
the
it.
first episode? Like the first episode, Mark runs through that like long sequence with the camera following him around, and then there was like a strange figure behind him.
Yeah,
I think that was one of those clone guys.
I don't remember that.
right.
I
Clone
could
Army.
I could show you. I could send
The
you the behind the
Clone
scenes on that.
Army.
The clone army.
200
Oh.
units,
Oh, we can
200,000
talk
units
about that
already
after
with a
this.
million more well on the way. What?
Revenge of the
20th
Sith
anniversary
was
of
premiered in
Revenge of the
theaters.
Sith.
That
Oh,
we saw that.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you
I-
guys see Tales
yes,
of
we
the
saw it.
Underworld?
We saw it in
went.
theaters.
I went and saw it. Wait, what, Jake?
I didn't actually see it. Did you guys see Tales of the Underworld?
No,
No.
Oh, we need to watch that.
we need to watch that.
Oh, it's good stuff. Yeah, dude, it's got Ventress.
Ha!
I saw
so
it had
good.
Cad Bane on the poster. Is that true?
That's correct, yeah. Oh, that's a good one, too.
Brain.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's like
It's like his origin story.
I'm like I'm more interested in his character than Ventress. TBH.
Yeah, Cad Bane is just he was the Clone Wars' version of Boba Fett since Boba Fett was still a kid.
I never thought
and
about
Jango
that.
was dead at that point.
That too.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
your theater
um,
say all the
No,
lines?
yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, along with the movie.
Yeah, Grace's viewing.
Some of them.
Return of the Sith.
Some of them did.
Revenge of the Sith. Don't flame me in the
Yes,
comments.
on
for that
some of
mishap.
the them they did. Oh my gosh, it was so funny when Anakin went and like killed all the younglings. People were like, "Yeah, let's go! Oh yeah!"
Oh my gosh.
Plus
that's
in.
terrible.
People were like clapping.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh
so
my
good.
God.
You turned her against me.
When he went like, General Kenobi, we were like, ah!
Hello there.
That was
Oh,
so
have you guys
great.
seen? Have you seen Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Universe? Or
No.
it might be Rebuild the Galaxy.
What?
Mm-mm.
Dude,
never
that's
heard
the
of
one
that.
with Darth Jar Jar, the Jedi Bob. They made them real.
Wow. throwback to that time, I
Yeah.
thought Kylo Ren was legitimately Jar Jar Binks when it first came out.
What?
Not
I
only
did not
that,
know this.
but
I'm
Jar
not
Jar,
even joking.
Darth Jar Jar flies around. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. There's a latency. That's why we're talking over each other like this.
I'm bad at that. I'm bad at talking over. But no, genuinely, when I was watching The Force Awakens, Kylo Ren's first scene, he's like, with a bunch of villagers and has everyone get killed and whatnot. But someone says something to him, and he turns and you know how the mask was like really hard to understand? He said, "You're so
Yeah.
right." But I heard, "You so right." Like, "You so right." And I genuinely was like, no way that theory's real. And so I sat there for
Oh, that
a
would
good,
have been
like,
epic.
I genuinely thought it
That's
was
so
like, no
funny.
way. I had that debate. But then, you know, he talked more, and I was like, okay, it's not. Yeah.
That would have made the sequel trilogy 10 times better.
Darth Jar Jar.
I genuinely was like, no.
hurt Lisa. Oh my gosh. But okay, here's the cool thing. So in that miniseries, Darth Jar Jar and a bunch of other funny Sith lords fly around in a Sith version of the Millennium Falcon called the Dark Falcon, and you can buy that in real life as a Lego set.
That's crazy.
And you get a real Darth Jar Jar minifigure. It's so good.
I need.
Yeah.
I gotta send you guys this.
Sad they didn't make a Jedi Bob.
Let me find it. It's like Star Wars signs in ASL. I gotta send it to you. It's like people's chosen signs for things like the Millennium Falcon. And I'm like, these are pretty creative.
It's not just the word Millennium and the word Falcon.
That would take so long to sign.
So there's no sign for
Millennium.
Falcon besides bird. You'd have to explain it.
Oh. Millennium Bird. It's the Millennium Bird!
Millennium, how many years is
Aluminum
that?
funny.
Falcon.
A million? I'm like, there's no way.
The 1,000.
So, between this and last podcast, the Nintendo Switch 2 was announced.
Go wrap around.
Yeah.
And it's expensive. Not as expensive as Xbox or PlayStation, but it's still expensive.
No, it's about the same, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
But, okay, what are your guys' thoughts on the new Mario Kart?
I don't know if Grace has watched any of that.
Of the new Mario Kart? No.
Yeah, I don't think Grace is a Nintendo
Okay, go
Direct
pull up
person.
YouTube.
live
gosh.
reaction. Live reaction.
Live reaction.
Is
It
it
does
really,
look
like,
fun.
actually really different?
Very. It's open
yeah,
world.
There's a lot of different changes. Yeah, it's open world.
Alright, give me a
And-
second.
Which means
like,
you can drive
When you're done
between
with
the
one
racetracks.
race, you drive to the next track.
Okay, that's sick.
Yeah, and it's
Uh,
$80.
that's not so
Dude.
sick.
It's so ridiculous that Nintendo's doing that, because now that they're doing that, just everyone's just gonna follow in their footsteps, and now that's just gonna be the base point price of every game.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Microsoft just announced $80 pricing for games, and I don't remember if PlayStation agreed, but Microsoft is also raising the prices of their of the Xbox Series X's and S's.
It's ridiculous.
A new Doom
And I don't even care about
came
games
out,
like
a day or so ago, and I remember hearing it. What was the price of this?
I'm with Grace on this a little bit. Like, I saw a post recently about, like, you know how people would mod their 3DS and, like, modify stuff? Apparently if you do that on the newest Switch, they'll shut it down, not just, like, shut down the games you modify and or it's like they will shut down the actual console.
That's been a thing for ages. It's been a thing since...
Is that real?
That's what bricking is, right?
What?
No, bricking is if you mess up the software. But if they can just shut you down remotely, the only thing I've been aware of where they do that is they just ban your Nintendo account. But that doesn't stop you from pirating offline.
Right. It was like somewhere, it was a post that it was like, well, if licensing the game isn't actually owning the game, then piracy isn't
not
theft.
stealing.
Yeah.
Yep. That
it
is
was
my
something like
philosophy.
You know,
I live my life by that philosophy.
That's frustrating because, you just don't want them to set that kind of, like what Grace said, it'll make everybody else be expensive if they do that, and then it's just hard on the fans.
They're raising the precedent.
But anyway, new Doom game.
Here's the worst part
2
about
days
that.
ago, and it's $70.
Oh, good heavens! But here's the truly awful thing is Nintendo set this and they're like, this is how much we're selling our crap for, and fans still pre-ordered it anyway, and they're gonna still buy the console when it releases in, was it June or July? Something like that.
Next month.
And so
June.
by choosing to buy it anyway, they're essentially saying we're okay with you pricing your crap unreasonably because we're still gonna do it anyway, instead of voting with their wallets and saying no. We need to band together. Dang it.
I mean,
people think it's going to be
oppression
like
breeds rebellion.
I have brought peace.
I'll stick with my hack 3DS and my hack
and
Wii.
freedom to my new empire. Just kidding.
Your new empire.
I'm still gonna be probably getting this anyway, not because of the price. I'm still bothered by the price, but that being said, Metroid Prime 4 is gonna be able to run at 4K on the Switch 2, and I want that. I want that bad.
Anything for
I'm gonna laugh so hard if it's
special
laggy
interest.
or buggy on release.
Prime, dude, Retro's notorious for always making it so that their games push for 60 frames a second.
Very well. I suppose we'll just have to see. It'll
It's
be interesting for sure.
I'm wondering how, like, the new magnetic remotes, if they're gonna wear out at all, or like, if there's still drift.
Yeah, that'll be
in the Joy-Cons. Like,
oh gosh, I hope not.
Something I heard.
Yeah, I wonder how strong those magnets are going to be.
What is it? There's a what is it? I heard that there's a chance the joysticks haven't been modified that much because of the magnets. There were rumors that they were. I can't remember what this was called, but it was I believe the Dreamcast had it. It was this thing that you could do with. It's this thing that you can do with joysticks that makes it so that they quite literally never drift.
What?
It was like the thing is that it involved magnetic sensors, and because of the magnets holding the Switch 2 controllers on, it's impossible for the Switch 2 to have that.
Huh. I don't know, man.
I'm calling it right now. After the Switch 2 releases, and it is still bought en masse because people are stupid, there's going to be a post where someone's taken like a smart fridge that's got a screen on the doors, and they stuck a Joy-Con on either side because they're magnetic now, and then they're like, hey, the new Switch 2 looks cool. It's not that funny, but it's kind of funny only because I made it, because I'm original and awesome. But
I tell you what, though, I saw that Tamagotchi Life, and I flipped out.
Yeah,
people were excited for that.
She has Tamagotchi Life on 3DS.
That's what I was going to tell you at the beginning, and I forgot. I was like, so I'm back into the Tamagotchi Life Island lifestyle. I've got all the characters from my childhood in there. And then I hope they do Animal Crossing. I mean, I'm not going to buy a Switch 2. I'll just borrow Connor's, because obviously he'll do anything for Metroid.
I need it. I need Prime 4.
But
it's like drugs.
I know I
It's
was like,
addicted to Metroid.
Grace might like the Animal Crossing if they do Animal Crossing, but hopefully they'll do something for that fandom.
It's my favorite franchise, man, and it's only on Nintendo.
That's funny.
I've been lacking on my Animal Crossing. I haven't played in so long.
I know, me neither. I like check in every once in a while.
I got into
I
got into Stardew Valley.
In like 4 years.
Are you
And
still
then I've
into
been
Stardew?
lacking on that. I still
Yeah.
like it, but I've been slacking.
Which character did you like romance in Stardew Valley?
Oh, dude. I didn't get that far.
I know that's like a. That's the only thing I know from Stardew Valley.
You would actually really like it, Hallie. It's fun.
Oh, we should all play it together, maybe.
That'll be fun.
You can multiplay? I didn't know
I
that.
think, yeah.
I think you can. I've never played it either.
You guys would like it.
Wow.
It's literally if Minecraft and Animal Crossing had a baby.
That would be fun.
Pretty
That
much
would be
sold me
fun.
right there. Connor, have you ever heard of Warframe?
I have heard that name before. I have not looked into it much.
I've heard of that, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's a free-to-play. It's like a shoot 'em up / beat 'em up that's third person, and it's like sci-fi, and it takes place in the far future, and you're this like. You're essentially like this like alien race that is known for being powerful, and you go around fulfilling missions, shooting bad guys, but like the movement is super fluid. Like you have the character I'm playing as has a double jump, and like you can slide and then do this like corkscrew jump, and you can also sneak up on enemies and just one shot them with your. I have a bow staff. My particular choices. It's just really really fun game, and you can play with friends. And you the way you like go around to missions as you fly from. It's in our solar system, and so you fly around from planet to planet in your own little ship.
Oh, that does sound fun.
Yeah.
We're
and
looking
it's
at
free.
it.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
excited for? And if when this comes out, I am very much down to do like a multiplayer series on this. I cannot wait for Subnautica 2.
I did finish that. I finished
Man.
Subnautica, both games.
Subnautica is like it is in my top 10 like favorite games of all time probably. It is very good.
I saw a video about it the other day, and it was like someone was entering a dark zone, and it's in the like AI in the ship went, "Warning: there are Leviathan class. Do you want to continue?"
Leviathan class creatures detected. Are you sure whatever you're doing is worth it?
It's like the fear came back to me, and I hid in the comments section because of didn't want to get jump scared.
So, because Grace probably doesn't know what Subnautica is.
Wait, just ask her.
Grace, do you know what Subnautica is?
I've heard of it, but I've never played.
It's a survival game like Minecraft, but it is almost completely underwater.
It's
and there
so
are
scary.
gigantic sea monsters, and the lighting is very, very moody.
It's
Yeah,
realistic.
the
looking.
deep dark abyss.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is fun, but terrifying.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know. It's like if
Not
you're
recommended
scared
if
of
you
the deep
suffer from
ocean,
thalassophobia.
if you're not scared of the ocean, you will be now once you
Yeah,
play that game.
yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Do you want a fear of the ocean?
Do you want
Oh, gosh.
thalassophobia?
We'll give it to you. Yeah.
I'm gonna look
Um,
that up.
Have you
man.
guys seen? Have you ever seen like Little Nightmares, or played that?
Mm-mm.
I've seen bits and pieces of like the game in video form.
Yeah.
What about Grace?
We have both on Switch.
No.
I'm
Ooh,
like
there's
I know
two?
a lot of
Yeah, there's
younger,
two.
a lot of like my college friends like have played it, so I was like maybe Grace knows about it. they're coming out with, it's not
What's it
called
called?
Little Nightmares 3. Little Nightmares. They're like, you're like a little guy trying to get through a story, and there's like big giant monsters.
Oh,
you
I've
have
heard
to
of it,
escape.
but I've never played it.
Yeah, I was like, you've probably
They're
seen
freaky
it,
looking.
but
I've seen it.
you've
Yeah,
never
I've seen
played
it.
They're coming out with a new. Wait, they're coming out with a new one, but it's like.
It's not the same
Not the
developers, I don't think.
Wait, it's the same developers, but different title, I think. I don't know. Anyway.
There's two things coming out. There's the original developers moved on to something else that is kind of like the spiritual successor of it.
That.
But then Capcom themselves, the guys who actually own Little Nightmares, have brought on another team to make a third one.
Okay, see, like, that's what I was thinking of.
So there is a Little Nightmares 3, but there's also a spiritual successor.
That's funny. So I have I have Gus, Sean, and Jules on my Tamagotchi Life Island. And Mario.
Are they basically like Mii's in that game?
Yeah. I have Ron and Hermione I put on there, like, when I was younger, and they have a kid now. And my character's married to Sherlock, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, you nerd.
It was his idea. But I'm, like, matching up all these characters. It's pretty funny.
When you say Sherlock, are we talking Robert Downey Jr. or Benedict Cumberbatch?
Benedict Cumberbatch. Connor's like,
Come on, that's like one of Hallie's OG crushes.
Yeah.
Have you seen the like raw footage of him as Smog?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I ate it up as a teenager.
It's so good.
Do
my
not
gosh.
cite the dark magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
Fair enough, Hallie.
Just
Fair
kidding.
enough. Well,
it's fun.
are you guys ready for another perusal through Reddit?
Sure.
Or do you not want to do that this time?
What?
We can.
Yeah.
I'm flexible.
Sorry.
What was that?
An alarm just went off.
Oh, so yeah.
I
you
don't
wanna-
have too much longer, so like 30
All
more
right, yeah, I'll
minutes.
tell you what. We'll do a couple Reddit stories. Well, this segment's called Reddit Roundup. I don't know. Okay. Well, anyway, let me
Reddit
pull up the. I've been like I'll browse Reddit while I eat lunch at work, and so I've been like saving
What is the
stuff to read
subreddit?
here. They're all kind of from different ones. Well, so the three that I have today are all from one called Best of Redditor Updates, which itself pulls from all kinds of different other subs.
Yeah.
So, but it tells you what it was originally posted to. So here we go. Am I the butthole for telling my boyfriend I'm not good at Tetris? And this was originally posted to Am I the butthole? Hello,
I didn't even hear
Bootsy.
it.
Boots is on my
I'm
What'd
lap.
you
sorry. Wait, repeat that?
I think it cut out.
The title?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
everything.
Am I the butthole? This one is called Am I the butthole for not telling my boyfriend I'm good at Tetris? And it was originally posted to Am I the butthole? The subreddit. So, here we go. Throwaway because my boyfriend uses Reddit. 18 female here with 18 male boyfriend. We are both freshmen in college. He's a big gamer, specifically loves League of Legends, but only plays this when I'm not with him since it's very time consuming. I, however, am not a gamer. The only games I played are classic games like Pokemon, Mario, Mario Kart, that kind of thing. I like just having fun with games that are low commitment. However, I grew up playing Tetris with my dad, and it was a great way for us to bond, and I got really good at it. I told my BF I grew up playing Tetris but never played with him. Sometimes I play games with my boyfriend, and I always lose. But I don't really care, since it's only for fun, and he knows I'm not as skilled as he is. We were playing Call of Duty once, something he's very skilled at, and while I have only played it a couple times, since I don't have a copy of the game or a console, I kept losing as expected, but I had fun and was a good sport about it. Then later, I asked him if he wanted to play Tetris, since we both had our laptops and could easily connect and battle. He agreed, still in a good mood from demolishing me in COD earlier. I was excited to see his reaction since I was planning to go hard as soon as we started. We connected, the game began, and I beat him in less than 2 minutes. I was laughing, not at him for losing, but because he was so surprised. But reading his face, I quickly realized he was mad. He said, "Let's go again," so we did. I beat him again. He quietly started a new round. This time I felt bad and went slower, but seeing this, he force quit the game, took his laptop, and stormed off to play League. I was left there, my screen still on Tetris. Just stunned he reacted this way. He said, "I'm not going to play against someone who's been playing for years," and started League, knowing he's going to leave me alone for 45 minutes, average, just sitting in his room. I said, "Wait, you've been playing COD for years. I can't beat you at my game once." He scoffed and put his his soundproof headphones on. "Ow, bye boots." He jumped off my lap, stabbed me with his claw. He put his soundproof headphones on as the match started. I packed up my laptop and just went home without a word. He later texted about 3 hours later with, "So no call or update with where you are, what you're doing. Probably playing Tetris or something so you make sure you win." I simply replied, "I'm just at home." He's blown up my phone with 40 plus calls that I've been dodging. Am I the butthole for beating him at a game I'm actually good at?
No.
Is she dating an infant?
What
what the
yeah,
heck?
that's like ridiculous.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Like, even I can manage losses well in games.
Mm.
I beat him at Mario Party like
Allie.
2 times in a row, actually.
Yeah, recently she's beaten me twice in Mario Party.
Maybe 3 times.
I think
On
it
the
was
Switch?
Yeah.
Because I remember us doing 2 games.
But it's like,
Oh man, well done.
come on, if she's always losing to him, like, why is he even going to Reddit for validation?
That's just embarrassing.
Like if you lose, and if
Red
you
flag,
lose in
break up.
Tetris, fair is fair, because Tetris
Yep.
can get pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
Tetris is hard.
Oh yeah. It gets insane. That actually reminds me though, speaking of Mario Party, would you guys want to like try sometime when we're all in the same place again, like record a playthrough of a session of Mario Party, all 4 of us together? I think that would be fun to do.
Please.
If
That'd be
we're
fun.
ever in the same place, yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah.
Can we do it online?
We would have to do
somehow?
Mario Party 7 again just for the nostalgia.
Yeah.
I heard. I think the new one that came out on Switch, Jamboree, might have online.
When Connor gets the Switch 2, we'll look you up. Just kidding.
Well, no, it's already out on Switch.
But, like, isn't
Yeah,
there...
that's true.
They're
There's that
coming out with
feature-
like expansions for it.
There's that feature on the new Switch 2 advertisements
yeah.
where everyone's playing online together.
Bootleg Discord.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're like hyping up game chat like it hasn't been available on every other platform since like 2012. Anyway,
and you know, game chat is on the Nintendo Online iPhone app.
Which they were also late to the game for, I'm sure.
That app has existed since like 2018. They've had game chat for a while.
We should play Mario Party 7, though. That would be fun.
I'd be down.
I think of you guys playing that a lot. I'd be sitting on the top bunk with Grace.
yeah, you guys played it too sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I remember one time Grace was super sick, and we played it in Colorado. And, we laid in the bunk beds. That was fun.
Classic. I feel like every time we went to Colorado, I got sick.
You did!
when we were kids, yeah.
Altitude,
Oh, my.
man.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, if you can wreck somebody
yeah.
else in Tetris, good for you.
Okay, back to, speaking of that. So, she said, I was actually considering breaking up over this because it showed how truly immature he is, but felt a bit irrational and emotional. But I think you're right, because everyone is telling her she's not in the wrong. Dump this guy, he's a loser.
Yeah, I mean, if he
let's
gets
see.
mad about that, what else is he gonna get mad about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is child behavior right there.
Wait, did the girl say that in the update?
She's thinking about breaking up with him over this.
Yeah.
That's fair game.
Valid.
Yeah. And like she's realizing more red flags, like he doesn't like sharing food and snaps at me if she tries to take a chip or two from him, and she's like has a love-hate relationship with this thread now because she feels stupid for falling for a guy like that, but it's helping her realize how toxic he is. Let's see here. I'm scrolling down to the updates here. Sorry. Where's the update, man? There's so many. Here we go. So, verdict was not the butthole. 5 days later, she puts out an update. I broke up with her through text after realizing this would be the last straw. He begged for me back and said he had a bad day. But lately, every day has been bad, and carrying this emotional burden is too much, and taking a mental and academic toll on me. He said this is making him suicidal, and oh man, it said if he dies, it's my fault. Rip. Blocked him on everything, and he began contacting my friends, who I told to block immediately if they received any messages from him. I told my brother I was scared because he had violent tendencies, so he gave me pepper spray. We went outside our house so he can show me how to use it, and I saw a car outside that looked just like my ex's, but it wasn't him, and I just broke down crying because I'm so scared. I'm going to talk to campus police tomorrow to let them know the situation. I'm also worried that if he kills himself, if I have any legal implications, but I have screenshots of our conversations if need be. And that's where it ends.
Oh my gosh.
Psycho!
Yeah, heck of a way to end it on. Yep.
Yeah.
Psycho killer.
The classic...
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Manipulator.
Yeah.
Yep. Bed's on fire.
Classic manipulator.
Okay. Do we have time to keep going?
It's up to Grace. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this
I'm
well, I
good
was
till
mainly checking.
9:30.
What, Grace?
I'm good till 9:30.
Okay, all right. This made me think of Caleb, sort of. I think you'll see why. Although I don't know if we really talked that much about Caleb on the show here, so I don't know. We're about to find out. Anyway, this one is from r/relationship advice, and it is titled, I, male 31, didn't let my girlfriend, female 24, wipe my butt. She cried and is now super upset.
Why does this remind
Why
you
does that
of...
remind you of
wait,
Caleb?
Wait, what?
Because he wipes butts.
Oh.
Yeah, but I would never want to wipe his.
Okay, that's not what I meant, though. I'm just like,
Okay.
because of we'll as we read through the story, you'll understand, Grace. But it's not just that. But here we go. I promise that the title ends up making some semblance of sense. We have to read the story. So, let's see here. It is what it sounds like. Also, like content warning, it might get a little. He's going to talk about pooping. So, we've been dating for 1.5 years, exclusively during the entire relationship. This girl is caring, loving, understanding, funny, sweet, charming, smart, and very responsible. Loyal AF. I got into an accident a week ago. I won't delve into this too much, but I ended up needing therapy to strengthen my lower body, and now I'm admitted to the hospital for some retests and physical therapy tests of some sort, where I have to show the doctor if my lower body could do certain movements and take certain weights. I'm in a separate wing from the COVID patients. Oh, sorry, for context, this was originally posted in May of 2020. Super
that
far
checks
away,
out.
so we're quite safe. Yeah, my bad. I should have mentioned that. I forgot about that. Anyway, my girlfriend is an essential worker, but not a nurse, so she can move around with more flexibility. She's been staying with me except when she has her shift. Yesterday morning, I had to take a dump. I can stand and walk to the bathroom, but the problem is, you know that part where you have to push a bit for the poop to come out? Yeah, I can't push too much as I will be exerting pressure on my lower body, so I need to lean forward a bit against the wall across the toilet, or lean on someone standing over me while I poop. While I poop. In our house, I can reach the wall, but in the hospital room's bathroom, I can't because it's too wide. I took laxatives for the first few days of the accident to avoid the pushing, but it was put on a hold 2 days ago to prepare for the test that I had to do yesterday. At this point, my back hurts, and I thought, what crappy timing to poop, because it would be difficult for me to wipe my butt and wash it. And he says, in my country, we wash it with water. I'm assuming that he's referring to, like, a bidet. So,
Yeah.
my GF offered to be that someone I can lean on while I poop. She said it so nonchalantly that I stared at her, like it was no big deal for her. Okay, let's go. You can lean on me while you poop. Of course, I didn't let her be that person, because it's embarrassing. I said, no, just go get the nurse and ask if someone could help me. And she said, I'm already here. Why do you need someone else? But I was really feeling the need to poop, and I had no time for arguments, so I raised my voice just a tiny bit and told her to just go get some help. So she did. Nursing assistant, question mark, not sure what they're called. His name was Caleb. No, I'm just kidding. But when I was done, I went out and my mom was there looking pretty bummed. She said my girlfriend was upset and crying and told my mom that she's my partner, so I should be comfortable to ask her for that kind of help. I don't know how to react. I just thought, why would I let my girlfriend do that, which is so embarrassing and disgusting for her, I would imagine, anyway. My girlfriend's point is that why am I more comfortable to be in that kind of vulnerable position with another woman, the nursing assistant, and not with her? My mom is on her side. The reason I really didn't want her to do it is because I was so embarrassed, and I don't want her to lose her attraction to me. Now she's feeling like I don't trust her enough, and that if I see a future with her, I should be comfortable being vulnerable on that level with her. And to be honest, I see her point now, but I just don't know how to fix this. She went home now and will hopefully come back tomorrow, which is my last day here. How do I fix this, Reddit? I'm not very good at expressing my emotions, so I don't know. Is she a keeper or too emotional? Alright, initial thoughts.
Okay, first off, this is weird.
Yep.
Second...
All of these are so dramatic, I can't.
I know, right? That's classic Reddit for you.
I can see both sides of the argument, because this isn't a psycho like the other one that, like, you're talking about. This is a person that he's been with for over a year.
Although, it's only been just barely over a year. I probably wouldn't want them to see my butt.
I feel like that the best solution would be to talk about it privately.
Instead of going to Reddit.
Yep. My thoughts exactly.
I want to hear Grace's opinion.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know, like... that's just... Like... She should understand that he didn't mean it in an offensive way. He just
Like,
felt
would you do that for
vulnerable.
Caleb?
Like, girl, get over it. What? Would I wipe his butt? Is that the question?
No, well, would you stand there and let him lean on you while he's...
Well, duh. I married him.
Contractually obligated.
Contractually.
I'm legally obligated.
Legally obligated.
Sickness
She's got a binding
and
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. That's true.
What? Was she a
okay.
nurse? She's an essential worker, but she's not a nurse, right?
Yeah, the poster, the OP specifically said essential worker, but not a nurse. So I'm not sure.
Like a
Need
CNA or something.
Yeah, not really sure. But here, I've got the update here for you. I didn't think the comments would be so divisive. This is posted the next day in the original timeline. Very interesting thoughts. Thank you, everyone. To those who said that this is a red flag and that I should leave her immediately if she doesn't respect my boundaries, I appreciate your thoughts, but this girl loves me for who I am, the good and the bad, willing to stick it out through anything that may come our way, goofy, smart, loyal, loving, and she gives me a lot of support, kisses, and cuddles every day. I love her to death. I'm gonna throw up a little bit in my mouth here. We talked and I explained everything very clearly. I made sure to express my love and appreciation for her. Those of you who said she realized we were not on that intimate stage in our relationship that she thought we were, you were right. She was hurt and disappointed that I would think she would lose her attraction to me just because of that. She said that I minimized her love for me and that I should have more faith in her. She apologized if she made me feel like her feelings were more valid over my embarrassment. and hopes that I will become more comfortable with things like that in the future at my own pace, and to let her know if there's anything else she can do for me. And to those who said she's thinking if the roles were reversed, wouldn't take care of her, you were also right. That was another thought that came up. She said, I will see her body fluids when she's pregnant and gives birth. Would I not take care of her then? I said, of course I will. In my head, she gave 9 months of her body to our child, and I wouldn't take care of her. Like, what kind of guy would I be? He's kind of rambling here. I also thought, oh, she sees that far into the future with me. My heart wants to burst, y'all. We promise each other that we will improve our understanding of the other person's feelings, and that we will be there for each other no matter what, poop or no poop. My mom was not actively participating in all this. It just so happened that she arrived at that time to bring food, and she ran into my girlfriend before she left. By the way, we don't live together. I'm currently staying at my mom's house, but my girlfriend is the one driving me to my physical therapy appointments and before she goes to work and picks me up after. So I think she's doing more than enough. Plus, I mentioned all the kisses and cuddles, right? I think this girl's the one. When we were talking, my heart felt so full. Thank you, everyone, for all your thoughts and comments. TLDR, we talked it out. Let's see.
That's good.
Top comment was, and do you, insert username here, take the following woman to be your wife to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, for poop wipes and for non-poop wipes. And he said, I do. I poo.
I poo.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Here's my question. If someone brings up to you, like, having a baby with you 1.5 years into the relationship, is that too early? That feels a little early.
Depends on their age.
Oh, I suppose that's true. Biological clocks and all that.
Yeah, I mean, if they were, like, teenagers, that would be kind of really early. But if they're, like, 28, that's not early at all, because most people, like, that's around the time they want to have kids.
He's 31 and she's 24.
Whoa,
What?
a little bit of age, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's... Mike, I mean,
he's
What?
31. That is not weird at all.
yeah. Like,
Right.
I've had people on the
Like,
first
he-
dates
he's-
be like,
he's
how
at-
many kids you want?
That's kind of crazy on the first date.
Yeah.
Oh. Don't do that.
Red
I know.
flags.
Red flag. I friend zoned that one, don't worry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, definitely you should be you definitely need to talk about if you want to have kids, if you've been dating for a year, because then it's like, if you don't, one wants and one doesn't, then you're wasting each other's time.
Yes, I agree with that.
Oh, crap.
That's solid, Grace.
Solid. Okay.
That's crazy. I'm just wrapping my head around telling everyone on the internet about this. Like, could
That
not.
kind of-
People
yeah,
share
level
way
intimate
too much.
information, yeah.
could
All right, I
not
got one more
be-
for you. Hey, everyone. Future Jake here, coming at you from the editing floor. So, turns out the story I was about to start reading was added to my bookmark page accidentally. And it ends up being a big nothing burger. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip through it to the last story. And it's important to note that during the course of my telling that very long and uninteresting story, Grace had to bow out because she had to get up early for work the next morning. All right, back to the show. Here's another post that hopefully will make up for the nothing burger that I just read through. This one is from Legal Advice, and it's called Neighbor is Doing Weird Things That Are Threatening to Me. So, this was originally posted on February 4th of 2019. A few weeks ago, a new neighbor moved in across the street. To my knowledge, it's just one guy who is about 40 to 50 years old. For the past few weeks since he moved in, he's been taking walks around the neighborhood, and every once in a while, when he passes my house, he'll just stop and stand there and watch me. He watches me. He stares at me. When I go outside to investigate, he just says something to the tune of admiring my shingle work or stargazing. Oh, so he's doing it at night too, apparently. He's used these excuses repeatedly. He never comes directly onto my property when he does this. A few days ago, I came home, and when I went to pull the trash cans back from the street, my neighbor was sitting on his front porch with a rifle in his lap in plain view. I ask him if
Oh
there's
my
anything
gosh.
wrong, and he just nods at me. I went back into my house and called the cops. Now, the spot I called the police from was in my kitchen, and the only way to look into my kitchen from a window is if you walked up to right up to my living room window and peered to the left. After hanging up the phone, I turned towards the living room and saw my neighbor about 2 feet away from my window, peering in with a rifle. I ran into my room and locked the door. After the police arrived, I told them what happened, and they told me that since he wasn't pointing a gun at me, that it wasn't an active threat. That sucks. The most they can do is trespass him, but by the time they arrived, he'd left his house. Yesterday, I came home at around 10 p.m. and found a dead fish in my mailbox.
Oh my gosh.
Without any evidence, how can I stop him from harassing me? Perhaps a restraining order? And so, a commenter recommends make a police report about the dead fish, make the police take the report. Even if you don't actually know for sure who put it there, you have your suspicions, tell them. If they refuse to take a report, calmly escalate the matter to an officer with a higher standing and don't leave until a report is taken. Keep all the reports you make, and as everyone else has suggested, definitely get a good home security system, preferably with several cameras.
What I was
people
about to
get
say.
Cameras. Yeah.
Cameras.
Here's the update. 8 days later. I believe my neighbor has been vandaling my mailbox and shooting 22 caliber bullets at my house. So, my previous
where?
post about the
At his
neighbor
house.
is here.
His house.
Yeah. Since then, I got cameras with night vision, motion detection alerts, window tint for my living room, and big, thick curtains. I also got a few of those stickers for the area of my house that says, insured by Glock, to deter any intruders. Now, that's such an American thing. Now, the first night I got my cameras, I checked them in the morning to see how they worked. I made sure that there are no blind spots, and all of them are fixed with no movement at all. When I checked the cameras the morning before, someone walked up to them wearing all black, including a mask, and pointed them down. When I left for work that morning, someone spray painted a knife on my mailbox. I filed a report with the postal inspector and called the cops. The police said without any video evidence, there wasn't much they could do. That night, I woke up to a loud noise hitting my house every so often. I checked the cameras and I couldn't see anything, so I went out and investigated, and I noticed small holes on my house. Looking around the ground, I see discharged rounds. I called the police again and confirmed that it was 22 shots, shot from far away. I have a concrete house, so that would explain the lack of penetration. Let's see. The police offered to have a car patrol the neighborhood and sit outside for 3 days, and nothing happens. I asked them if I could get a protective order from my neighbor, who has a history of being hostile, and they said since I had no direct evidence implicating him, that I can't file it out of nowhere, despite previous confrontations. I filed another report with a different officer and got the same spiel. I asked them for them to take fingerprints off the bullets, and they just chuckled and put the bullets in a bag and left. 3 days ago, I heard shots again, and checked the cameras and noticed they were facing my neighbor's house, just where I put them, and I see a silhouette shooting from the middle of my street before stopping and running to the back of my neighbor's house. After that, I called the police in my room while watching the cameras. The police come and walk me through the same BS as last time, even after I showed them the cameras. They knocked on my neighbor's door, and he claimed he heard and saw nothing. After they left, I asked him if he was telling the truth, and he looked at me and smiled. It was very unnerving. I don't know what to do at this point. Let's see. More comments. Final update. 3 months later. And this was not like a formal update. He just like made it as a comment in a later thread. He said, he's like in reference to the post he commented on, this similar behavior is something I suffered over the course of 1 to 2 months in Florida. I made posts in legal advice asking for help and got reasonably good answers. Unfortunately, my neighbor pushed it too far and tried to break into my house in the middle of the night after a series of weird escalating behaviors. As a result, I shot him multiple times. I was questioned and interviewed over 7 hours and then released due to Florida's stand your ground laws. Turned out, neighbor was mentally ill, and the family is currently trying to sue me for wrongful death. The end.
Wait, is this the same neighbor?
What do you mean?
Like, in this comment about the Florida man, That was the same
Yes.
guy from before?
Yeah, so, like, for context,
So he got
OP
shot?
posted the legal advice. Yeah, so OP posted the legal advice, that initial post. Then he made another update post for legal advice 8 days later. And then 3 months later, on another legal advice post that had a similar story in it, he commented, "Oh, I went through something similar. My neighbor was acting weird, and I ended up shooting him to death in self-defense."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Whoa. And he didn't even put that on his own post. He put that on a response. Wow.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about it, if this is real and he shot and killed someone in his own house in self-defense,
Yeah, like, especially
that's
if
a lot of
somebody
legal
is
issues
getting into
there
your
that you
house.
can't just broadcast publicly.
Yeah, like, would he have to go to trial for manslaughter? Like, wait, did you say that he got questioned, but it was self-defense?
Yeah, he said that he was released and covered by Florida's Stand Your Ground law.
Florida law.
Yeah, Florida man.
Florida
Yep.
man. Wow.
America.
That's frustrating that the police couldn't do anything until it was too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have reason to suspect something, the police should be, like, legally required to listen to that.
Ooh. This is interesting. So I went back to that other thread about the neighbor having issues with the fence, and I went to the original poster's profile to see if they put anything in, like, comments or another post, and they deleted their original posts. So I think something
man.
happened there. I think they're probably in a legal dispute, and they had to, like, take those posts down.
Well, didn't they say that other neighbors had seen it, it caught their attention, and they had to delete the videos and whatnot?
Yeah.
Could be another
Oh, that's
scenario
true,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. But
Hopefully.
the thread that I pulled these posts from, which is called Best of Redditor Updates, it's like an archive of posts. So it's a separate post that even if the original gets deleted, can't be deleted.
Okay.
Mm.
Wow.
Anyway, that's it for our Reddit roundup. My throat is killing me. So we're going to
Yeah,
call that
I've
there.
been recording audio for nearly 2 hours.
Well, I'm sure he has to edit a lot of that.
Frick. This is a big one, guys. Oh, man, it's going to suck to edit this.
It's a makeup. It's like a 2-month catch up.
Yeah, okay. Well, we didn't really get to talk about vacations, but that's okay. We can just save that for next time. Man, my phone just died. Brilliant. Well, that's going to do it for this episode, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I mean, listening, rather, because we don't do this in video form. And I don't know how we feel about doing that in the future, but I'm not going to push too hard on it because I don't really feel like that's necessary. Anyway, we appreciate you checking this out and tuning in. I'd really appreciate it if you rated us somewhere, like on one of the big platforms like Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or subbed on YouTube, anything like that would be nice. And yeah, that's it. The music that you're hearing now and at the beginning is done by Connor. I've been Jake.
Yes,
that's Hallie,
go
and
subscribe
Grace
to
left
Fox
already.
Synth Music.
Yeah, subscribe to Connor's channel, Fox Synth Music. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.